Hi, welcome back to Review. The story revolves around Danny, a young man who has been raised as a vicious and feral fighter since childhood by Bart, a ruthless mobster. Bart treats Danny as nothing more than a fighting machine, keeping him on a tight leash and exploiting his formidable combat skills for his criminal activities. As the collar trick with Danny starts to fail due to its inherent limitations, a crime boss approaches Bart with a business deal, offering Bart a hefty money prize in exchange for Danny winning and surviving death matches held in an underground fighting ring. After Danny easily wins the first fight, however, Bart gets into a mishap with another mobster and is left for dead after a shooting. Danny survives and takes refuge in an antiques warehouse, where he passes out due to his injuries. Danny's life takes a dramatic turn when a chance encounter leads him to Sam, a blind piano tuner, and his caring stepdaughter Victoria. After the incident that separates Danny from Bart, he finds himself in the company of Sam and Victoria, discovering a world filled with compassion and kindness that he has never experienced before. Danny slowly learns to be a civilized man and abandons his violent nature, especially after Victoria removes his collar. As Danny adapts to his new environment, he starts to explore the simple pleasures of life like eating ice cream and learns the value of human connection. Sam becomes a father figure to Danny, teaching him about music, literature, and the significance of family. Meanwhile, Victoria forms a deep bond with Danny, offering him friendship and emotional support. Weeks later, Sam informs Danny about moving back to New York, where he and Victoria are originally from. He invites Danny, telling him they think of him as family, and Danny happily accepts. However, while out shopping alone, Danny runs into Bart's right-hand man Lefty, who reveals Bart is still alive. Lefty brings him back to Bart's compound, where Danny asks Bart if he knew Danny's mother. Bart denies knowing her and snaps a new collar back on Danny before taking him to the fighting ring. Danny refuses to fight, insisting he doesn't want to hurt people anymore, forcing a livid Bart to shove him into the pit. Danny initially struggles to defend himself against his four opponents but eventually defeats them all to save his own life. However, he refuses to kill them, much to Bart's annoyance. Bart drags Danny back to their compound and throws him into his cell. However, Danny sneaks out and looks through Bart's old photographs, finding one of a person who looks like Danny's mother. Danny angrily confronts Bart to demand answers, but Bart simply responds that his mother was a prostitute who was long gone. Danny manages to escape from Bart the next morning and goes back to Sam and Victoria, telling them where he was and what he has learned. With the two's help, Danny regains memories from his childhood past. His mother was a music student who offered herself to Bart to get money to pay for her lessons while hiding Danny from him at the time. It ended when Bart shot her to death when she finally defied him, and Bart has raised Danny ever since. To capture Danny, Bart and some thugs show up at Sam's apartment complex. Sam and Victoria are hidden by Danny in their closet while he goes outside to fight them off. Sam and Victoria suddenly appear and beg Danny not to kill him as Danny continues to confront and violently beat Bart. However, a defeated Bart orders Danny to carry on. Sam responds to Bart's declaration to Danny that he will always be an animal by slamming a flower pot on his head, rendering him unconscious. In the final scene, Victoria, Sam, and Danny embrace. This movie delivers a powerful and thought-provoking narrative, blending intense action sequences with heartfelt moments of tenderness and self-discovery.